economics is the study of individual economic units of particular parts of the economy. It answers the question on 1. How individuals or households decide to spend their income. So individuals, or when we say households, we are talking about maybe a family unit, yeah, comprised of father, mother, and maybe whatever, children, no children, no mother, no father, but that is what a household is, a unit. So how do these individuals decide to spend their income? Do they consume all their income? Do they save all their income? Do they invest part of their income? That is one question, or one thing that microeconomics attempts to explain. Another thing is how an individual product price is determined by the farm. A farm is like, let's say, a factory. A factory, maybe a coffee factory, tea factory. What determines the product that they will produce is some factors like availability of raw materials, availability of labor, availability of like capital to start the farm or the factory. Yeah, that is another factor that like microeconomics attempts to explain. How an individual farm decides what products to produce and the volume to produce. Maybe according to the location, the output, the input, should we supply more this time loud? Should we supply less this time loud? According to the forces of demand and supply. So that is microeconomics. What about macroeconomics? So macroeconomics is the collective decision by individuals at the national or the international economy levels. So when we talk about inflation, when we talk about interest rates, when we talk about taxation, when we talk about balance of payments, when we talk about international trade, when we talk about foreign exchange, when we talk about like the dollar and the balance, those are macro. They are beyond the household. They are determined by the forces of the government, and the policy makers in the government or in the higher offices of a country are the ones who determine like the rate. They determine maybe the rate of inflation, they determine the level of taxation to the citizens, they determine maybe the exchange rates according to how the economy is behaving. So macroeconomics deals with economic policies a government can pursue to influence the conditions of the national economy. So when we talk like the economy is doing good, the economy is doing bad, all those factors, they are the macro. They are more than an individual household can. But those macroeconomics, they affect the micro, because if the interest rates are high when you are getting a loan from a bank, if the taxation rate are high, your household is influenced and you end up maybe spending more than you are spending when the taxation or the interest rates were low.